Hello everybody, this is Mr. Lu. I have been proven wrong on one very serious view or point. I have always been believing that the HDB value will fall when it reaches 99 years to zero. And of course, it won't wait until the last day of the 99 years will fall to zero. It will start declining along the way. That's probably mathematically true or accounting-wise true. But I've been pointed out by one very interesting follower who pointed out that, Mr. Lu, if the government has given a commitment that our house value will never fall, HDB value will never fall, then it's within the government powers to do this, right? So I say, yeah, but I've never heard of such a commitment. Then he pointed to me a video recording that was showing Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew giving such a commitment. Let's watch it, shall we? Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, let's watch it. Okay.
Value of housing here will never drop. He was speaking at the launch of Tanjong Pagar GRC's 5-year master plan on Saturday.
85% are in HDB homes. We intend to keep the values of these homes up. They will never go down. Because as they renew, the surroundings will improve, and as Singapore prospers, GDP goes up, the value of the homes will go up.
Upgrading.
So let me just repeat what Mr. Lee Kuan Yew has said. He says that HDB home values will never go down. Now that's a very, very strong claim, right? So today our discussion would be, what will it take for HDB value to never fall, right? So I'm not here to debate. Whether what's the definition of HDB value versus HDB price. Some people say that there are two different things. I don't know what's the difference actually. And neither do I want to be disrespectful to Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. We all hold him in very high regards. And even the opposition party hold him in very high regards. And let more a person who is very pro-government. But what will it take for HDB value to never fall? What will it take for that commitment that was given by Mr. Lee Kuan Yew to hold, right? And I think today we want to describe, 5 points for this promise to be kept. As the most important point is the last point, okay? So for our HDB values not to fall, okay, number one is that there must be continual upgrading of the HDB buildings, right? So there must be consistently, improvement of the facade, the surrounding, the lobbies, improvement of rooms, and and so on, right? And this part, I think the government has done a great job. Recently, my HDB flat has a facade change. The lift lobbies have been upgraded. The color has been changed. Even the walls have been retreated and things like that. It was very nice, right? So that part of it, I think the home improvement program, government has done a great job, right? Great job. Nobody will ever doubt that, and that part is important, and it will continue to help to sustain the value of the HDB flat from wear and tear perspective. Second thing is that we must ensure that the demand for HDB flats remains strong. For that, we need two sub-points, right? Two sub-points, which is number one, for demand to be strong, there must be a strong economy. Now, a strong economy, of course, necessitates that our exports remain strong, our workers remain productive, our politicians remain good, and so on, right? So our economy must remain strong. And so far, the Singapore economy has been proven very strong, very good. Our government is incredible. Our people are hardworking. The inflows of foreign funds and foreigners have been strong, and so on. So this is a nice segue to the third point, which is, in order for there to be sustained demand, there must be sustained increase in population, right? So for Singapore, the inherent Singapore population is quite the growth is quite bad, right? And that's not just Singapore itself, but it's a global phenomenon, especially in developed country. But fortunately, there's a long queue of foreigners that wants to come in to become, EP work permit holders, PRs, and even Singaporeans. So from that perspective, it's at a snap of a button, right? I don't even think, a snap of a finger. I don't even think the government needs to do a lot to attract enough people who want to come to Singapore, and as a result, we can have an increase in the population. In fact, we have a very significant increase in population since COVID restrictions were lifted. Now to the point that we have got massive inflation problem even in population-driven demand. So these are the 3 points so far. The fourth point I have is that where possible, selective en bloc redevelopment, en bloc, tearing down of old buildings and redeveloping of new ones would be great. I don't think the government will tear down every single old HDB flats. That's not economically possible. I think the number has been hovering around 5%. 5% HDB flats can be torn down and redeveloped. If that's the case, then home value would never fall, right? But it reached a certain stage, it makes economic sense to tear down the old one and build a new one. So in that sense, the value of HDB flat will never fall, right? Never fall. So a lot of people who bought HDB may have this belief that they have bought a choice location, especially with people who bought resale ones. You want to buy a choice location that one day it reach a certain age, and the government will tear down and redevelop it. So this part, for those people who buy $1 million HDB or whatever, my guess is that you stand a strong belief that your building will be entitled to a SER, S-E-R, selective en bloc redevelopment, en bloc sale, right? It's not difficult to believe that that's possible. But for a countrywide HDB value not to fall, there's one necessary but not sufficient, but one super necessary condition, right? That is that the lease of 99 years must be extended. It has to be. Else mathematically it won't happen. Yeah, it won't happen. Because if the lease is not extended, once you hit 99 years, the value goes to zero. Mathematically, accounting wise, it has to reach zero. So as a government policy, the government would have to extend the lease period, whether there'll be a token payment or not, or whatever. I just can't imagine how a promise that HDB values will never go down can materialize without an extension of lease. And it's not unforeseeable in the sense that our HDB flats are built with very high quality. If you look at some of the Europe apartments and things like that, they have stood for 1, 2, 300 years. It's still okay, right? Okay. Our HDB flats, I think, can tahan, can really withstand the test of time. But whether accounting wise will withstand or not, is really up to a government policy, right? So this part is a big question mark. Okay. So in order for the promise that was made by Mr. Lee Kuan Yew to materialize, I think there must be extension of lease. There is a subtle 6th point, which is not so relevant to most people, is that if there's a change of political party, okay, then the new political party, which can always say that was a promise not given by us, it was given by another party, so I do not need to live with it, right? So, but taking those issues aside, I think what would it take for HDB value to never fall requires almost all the above to happen, so that it will be done. So for those who believe that Singapore houses never fall, this is what it takes. Let's discuss whether it is possible or not possible. Share with me in your comments, okay, and so on. When we talk about financial national policies, it's always an emotional topic. I would like to request everybody to maintain your cool, maintain your chill. Okay, there's no need to get overly emotional. Okay, it's an emotional topic, but there's no need to get overly emotional. Don't need to be rude, right? I see again and again, right? Not just towards myself, but towards many parties in the internet, right? There's no need to be rude about it, right? There's no need to be rude about it. Let's have a gentleman's discussion a bit, shall we? All right. With this, if you appreciate this, give a like and subscribe. and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.